officially back from Bali, and I have some book mail here from Penguin Australia. All hail the Penguin publishing team. I know exactly what bad boy is waiting inside this. If you need a hint, there's my cute nails. If you don't understand the cute nails that I got custom done in Bali for the book that I was religiously obsessing over, you are about to find out. Oh my God, you don't understand. Oh my God. Okay, so this is the cover. It's really stunning. Look at it, guys. This is Cruel is the Light by Sophie Clark. She's an Australian author and this is her debut. And I can tell you after reading this, religiously reading this does not feel like a debut. This is poetic fantasy justice. This is a fantasy romance. There is spice. The spice is like a 1 out of 5 for me. It feels like it sits between The Cruel Prince and Akatar Book 1. It's that in-between place. But yes, it's a YA fantasy. It comes out on January 21st. And I gave this book 5 stars. So let me tell you about this story, okay? Real quick. Let's tell you about it. This is set in like Rome, like it's a European setting, but it's mostly set in Rome. Some of it is set in France, but mostly Rome. And essentially the Vatican has a whole militia. It's like militia run. It's not Catholic run. It is like Catholic militia because it's a war against demons and humans. And the Vatican are trying to exorcise the demons from Earth. It's all set kind of in like the 1920s. But an alternate history. And so essentially, Selene is an exorcist who works for the Vatican. This is the Vatican uniform, okay? And Selene has like part demon. This is no spoilers. This is just part demon, FMC. She's an exorcist. She has to like bloodlet and bone carve runes into herself to be able to exorcise demons. It's like dark magic, but it's not dark. It's so poetically written that you just can't look away. It's absolutely fantastic and completely to die for. And this man, see my little fingers? Oh my God. This man, this is Jules. He's our MMC and he is essentially a frontline soldier for the Vatican. He's nothing special. Do you know what I mean? Like he's nothing special. He is just a foot soldier at the front line who just happens to completely never. Jules then meets Selene and he's on the run because essentially he has deserted the war and they have to fake engagement to bring him back with her. They go back to the Vatican and it's like forced proximity. There's a whole lot of like secrets unfolding left, right, and center. There is found family of the most like beautiful sort. There was so much found family in this that every time I turned a corner and it was like a different found family member, I'm like, we're just collecting them like Pokemon at this point. This is great. And then all of a sudden my soul gets ripped out and Sophie Clark knows what I mean by that. Anyone who's read this knows what I mean by that. It's like, oh my God, he's a family member. Love them. Now don't. Look at the cover. Look at the blue flames. Oh my God. And you know what? This whole cover has themes inside the book that you don't know about until you read it. It's one of those covers that you're like, wow, it's a cute cover. Throughout this book, every time I read back. Everything on this cover is inside the book. It's all inside the book. It's from the book. These flowers, they're Jules flowers. Look how stunning they are. Look at them. The blue flames. Look at my nails. Okay, the nails. Let's talk about the nails. These are the nails. This is Jules flower. It was gold at one point and it was to represent the Vatican. The Vatican. The snakes. Okay. This is my Selene. She's chunky. There's the blurb. I did not read the blurb. I saw the cover and I picked this arc up. I sat on it because I read the first chapter months ago and I wasn't sure if I was ready for this. And I'm glad I sat because finally when I had time on my holiday to read this, I spent a week reading it. This should not take me a week to read, but it did. If you're the kind of reader that wants to live in a world a little bit longer, fear of it ever ending, you read it slowly to enjoy it. And I did that. It took me like 8 days. Thank you so much for sending this to me, Penguin. You have no idea how special of a book this is. I highly recommend this book to anyone that loves fantasy romance. It is your classic poetic romantasy that sucks you in, takes you on the biggest adventure with secrets and lust and a strong FMC with a man who is broken, who is trying to understand himself. I can't fault it. Look anywhere. I'm not the only person saying this. Everyone is saying the same thing. Everyone who's read this book is blindly standing by it. Sophie Clark, you are such a talented author, and I am so proud of you, and I cannot wait for the release of this book, because I know to my core that this is going to be the book that people will talk about for the whole of 2025. This is that Romantasy. This is a absolute shelf trophy. You don't understand, Penguin. Like, thank you so much for sending me this. So yeah, I'm emotionally invested in this. If you can't tell, I can't stop raving about this book. I just love this book so much. If you have any questions about this, drop it down in the comments. I would love to talk about this. That's all for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did. Don't forget to come back and tell me once you've read it. Bye.